Hey CCF, Phil Belier here. I want to give you an update on our Houston outreach we had on the 16th of December. These are some guys that were involved in key areas of that outreach, and I want you to hear what they experienced. Listen up.
2.5 years ago, I went on an outreach to Houston, and my heart went out to the city. When this opportunity came to help people after the hurricane, my heart again went out to the city. On my first trip down, I went down to do work, and my heart really went out. And when the opportunity came up to go down and minister as Rich the Clown, again, my heart went to the city. I love to reach out and be the hands and feet of Jesus, reaching out to people really in need. And I've counted a privilege to be able to go and to represent Jesus and CCF. And what an opportunity to get to know new people. Men from Alaska that came all the way down to help us out, and even men from CCF. It's a time to get to know people better and to be able to serve Christ at the same time.
Barb and I, we manned the prayer tent down at the block party, and it was a lot of fun. People were having fun, but from time to time they would come in and we'd pray for them and listen to their stories. And many of them had tears in their eyes, just being under the pressure of months of living on the floor, sleeping on mattresses, different things like that. So they wanted to have prayer, and they were really encouraged for us being down there and just having fun. But they were still, it was evident that they were under the pressure and that they needed help. We made lots of contacts, which we're going to follow up on those contacts. But for me, the impression I came away with was it was just a good feeling to be good neighbors, because God is a good neighbor, and we were down there during Christmas time doing what Jesus would be doing if he were here.
I was going down to Houston to be able to serve the people and help rebuild the houses, and I was wondering, some of those people were capable of doing it themselves. I was wondering why I was actually going down there, and I believe that the Lord showed me that people were praying and asking for help from Him, and He sent me to do that. And the other reason was some needed to know that He was real and that He loved them. So being there, we were able to get some people back into their home that have been without their home for the 3 months. The minute we got a sink and a Pullman in, they moved their mattress in on the floor. It was really a blessing to see how we were able to touch that community, and I'm thankful for that.
Well, in the outreach to Houston, one of the things that stood out the most to me was the touching of the families' lives. When I was playing Santa Claus, I had all kinds of kids with mothers and fathers coming forward and asking to have a picture with Santa Claus. In particular, got wrapped up by this one little girl who came in 3 times because she wanted to have pictures with Santa Claus. And the last time she was there, she just looked at me and looked up at me because I was standing up and said, "Santa, could I just have a hug?" And that was it for Santa Claus. He started crying. And that day melted my heart. That little girl I could have taken home. And that's the kind of outreach it was. Touching families, touching children's lives. It was tremendous.
So CCF, you can tell by the testimony of these men that were involved, we had a marvelous time down there in Houston. We loved on those people for over 6 hours, and we had a bouncy house for the kids. We gave away over 100 turkeys. We blew up over 1,000 balloons and face painted every kid that was there. We also fed over 300 people. And we had a story tent, we had a prayer tent, we had our Awana mat going on, and we had a giveaway table that just was unending of stuff that came in to give away for these people and bless them for Christmas. So you guys, the worship time was our special time too. We sang and shared the gospel for over 4 hours to those people, and many responded to the prayer. We don't know exactly if anybody connected with the Lord, but we're sure that God did a number in many hearts down there just by showing our love to them. That's what motivated us to do this outreach. And God had a plan for every heart, and we were privileged to be a part of it. So CCF, we're reaching up, we're reaching in, and we're reaching out. So Be prepared, there's more to come.